Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing well. This is my Windows 11 laptop and I have logged in through user DC admin. Today we will create the ISO of this Windows 11 running system. For that, first of all we will have to run the sysprep. To run the sysprep I will go to run and I will type here percent windir percent backslash system32 backslash sysprep backslash sysprep.exe space forward slash audit space forward slash reboot. I will press OK and it will reboot my system. Once I click OK, it will reboot my system and sysprep will take us to the default local administrator account. Sysprep has brought us to the default local administrator account. I will provide the password here. This is the default window of the sysprep. Here I will delete the all user accounts present in my system except local administrator account. For that I will go to start, control panel, user accounts, remove user account, and you can see this is the only user account present in my system. I will select that account, delete the account, delete files, delete account. Okay, all the user accounts has been deleted from my system and only local administrator account is present. Now I will run the disk cleanup. For that I will go to run and I will type here clean mgr. In the drop down I will keep C drive. Okay, through this disk cleanup we can delete all the unwanted files present in our system. You can select and delete all the log files, downloaded setup files, and older version of Windows if it is present in your system. I will click OK, delete files, which will start deleting the unwanted files from system. Okay, now disk cleanup has completed. Here in the drop down I will keep enter system out of box experience OOBE. I will tick the generalize, and here in the drop down I will select shutdown. I will click OK. Sysprep will be executed and it will shut down my system. My system is shut down now. I will go ahead and power on my system. I will do the all initial setup same as like we do in the fresh system. Here create all the users which you want in your final ISO as the pre-created users. If I go to local users and groups, these are two users I have created in my system. Just do the login log off in each user which you are creating. And I have logged in through this user vadmin in my system. Install all the softwares which you want in your final ISO. If I go to run, appwise.cpl, these are all the softwares I have installed in my system. If I go to view installed updates, these are all the Windows 11 patches installed in my system. I will go to this PC and I will rename the C drive as Windows. I will rename the E drive as data. And I will rename the F drive as big data. These names are only for identification purpose. I will go to E drive and I will make one folder here with the name scratch. This folder will be temporarily used during the creation of install.wm file. This is the Windows 11 ISO which I have downloaded from the Microsoft site, and I have created one bootable pen drive also through this Windows 11 ISO. I will now connect that bootable pen drive to the system. I will now reboot my system and boot it through the connected bootable pen drive. I will interrupt the reboot process. I will press F12 to go to boot manager. I will select the connected bootable USB. Now my system will boot through the connected bootable USB. On this screen, you have to press the Shift plus F10, which will open the command prompt. I will maximize it. I will type here disk part. Inside disk part, I will type list vol. Note down one thing here, the drive letters showing here may be different from the letters what you see inside the operating system. I'm having H for big data drive, and I'm having G for data drive and C for Windows. I will exit the disk part. Here I will give this command. This is the path of the for the install.wm file inside the data drive, and this is the path of the capture directory, which is the C drive, and this is the path of the scratch folder inside the G drive, and this is the name of our final ISO. This is actually not important here, it will be used in the upcoming step. So this is my complete command to create the install.wm file. I will hit enter here, which will start the creation of install.wm file. It will take some time to complete. Install.wm file creation has been completed here. I will type exit to close the command prompt. I will close this Windows installation window, and I will allow my system to boot through the operating system normally. I will provide the password for the vadmin. If I go to this PC E drive, you can see here install.wm file has been created here, and it is the scratch folder which was being used temporarily during the creation of install.wm file. I will eject the connected bootable pen drive. I will go to E drive and I will create new folder here with the name my underscore files. I will right click on the Windows 11 ISO and I will mount it. I will do the select all here and I will copy the complete content of the mounted ISO. I will go to E drive, my files, and I will paste the copied content here. I will now go to E drive and I will copy the install.wm file. I will go to my files, sources, and I will paste the copied file here. One install.wm file is already present here. I will go ahead and replace the file at the destination. I will go to this PC and I will eject the mounted ISO. I will open the Google Chrome and I will go to google.com. I will search here assessment and deployment kit for Windows 11. I will open this URL. I will download this file. I will go to download folder and I will double click here to install this file. Next, accept. Here I will untick the all options and I will keep the tick on deployment tools. I will click on install. Installation completed here. I will click close. I will go to start and I will search here deployment and imaging tools. I will right click on this app and do the run as administrator. I will go to C drive. I will copy this command and I will paste it here. This is the path of my files folder inside the E drive. I will give the path to the final ISO inside the E drive, and this is the name of our final ISO. I will hit enter, which will start saving the final ISO. Final ISO creation has been completed here. If I go to this PC, E drive, you can see here final ISO has been created, which is of size 7.34 GB in my case. This is my another system having the VMware workstation installed, and I have copied here the final ISO which we created in the previous step. I will go to VMware workstation, new virtual machine, next. I will give the path to the copied ISO. Next, Windows 10 64-bit. Next, I will give the path of my local system. I will give the name to the virtual machine. Next, vCPU I will provide 3. Next, RAM I will give here 8 GB. Next, use bridge. Next, disk size I will provide 200 GB. Store single file. Next, finish. Virtual machine has been created here. I will go to edit setting, options, access control, encrypt. I will set the password here. I will confirm the password here. Encrypt. OK. I will again go to edit setting, add trusted platform module, finish. OK. I will now go ahead and power on the virtual machine. I will press any key here. I will make it full screen. Next, install now. I don't have product key. Accept. Next, custom, new, apply, OK. Format, OK. Next, I will provide the password for the vAdmin. So here we have successfully logged into the newly created virtual machine, and you can see here all our pre-installed softwares or apps are there from the previous system. If I go to this PC, C drive, users, these are all the pre-created users which we got through the ISO. If I go to run appwise.cpl, these are all the pre-installed third-party softwares which we got through the ISO. If I go to view installed updates, these are all the Microsoft patches which we got through the ISO. All the commands used in this video I will provide in the description. I hope you find this video helpful. Provide me your valuable comments in the comment section. Subscribe the channel. Share this video with the friends and spread the knowledge. I will see you next time. Thank you.